Last week, Phil admitted his love for Melissa and asked if she felt the same. She responded no, so he tried to play it cool by saying his confession was just practiced for what he was going to say Carol. She didn't buy it, he didn't buy it, and we didn't buy it, but everyone pretended to anyway. You'd think that her flat-out rejection would force him to move on, but that doesn't happen. Instead, he has a sex dream about her, set to find young cannibals. She drives me crazy. That's nothing out of the ordinary for Phil, who has dreams like this all the time. Then it turns out that the dream wasn't entirely a figment of his subconscious. She Drives Me Crazy is, in real life, blasting on repeat in Melissa's house. There are only so many reasons why She Drives Me Crazy would be playing in Melissa's house late at night, and most of them involve Todd, maybe all, but I'm not about to say Melissa's a girl who doesn't like solo dance parties. So Phil, being Phil, interrogates Todd about what's going on between him and Melissa and gets the truth. They had sex, lots of it. And She Drives Me Crazy got stuck playing over and over again because they were too busy having sex to do anything about it. Todd's having the time of his life, but Phil is distraught, so distraught that he heads to his pool and falls face first into the margarita pool. Dan continues to scream underwater, much like Shailene Woodley's heart-wrenching scene in The Descendant. Phil's underwater freakout isn't so much heart-wrenching as pitiful though, especially because he's doing it in a pool full of wine. He got problems bigger than his crush sleeping with someone else. But he chooses to focus on Melissa and decides to get rid of Todd by taking him on a drive and then leaving him out in the middle of nowhere. Todd goes along with the plan, thinking Phil will show him the place where he likes to think. He spends the ride telling Phil all about sex with Melissa. They're like animals. It's like they're teenagers. And that only motivates Phil more and more to leave him. So once they get far away from home base, Phil suggests something's wrong with the tire and asks Todd to check on it. While Todd's outside the truck, Phil peels off, then stops, bends the horn, and screams in anguish. He can't do it, so he reverses, then moves forward again, then reverses, then moves forward. This goes on for a while, until Phil finally realizes he doesn't have the heart just to leave Todd there. He also realizes he doesn't have the heart Todd thinks he does. Later, Todd says, "You're a really nice guy, Phil." Todd's genuineness is endearing and confirms why Melissa's all over him. Phil, on the other hand, is left feeling like a phony, because he is. But Todd's word motivate him to actually be a nice guy. So he puts on a water-white-style hazmat suit to clean out the poop pool, a chore the others ordered he do, and make an effort to be friendlier than usual to Carol, who has been having to wear dryer sheets in her nose to prevent her from smelling Phil's poop pool. By the way, a genius idea, but probably not safe. If you're going to stick something up with your nose, you could try tampon. This phase doesn't last for long though. By nightfall, he's again feeling jealous of Todd, who both Melissa and Carol adore. I mean, who wouldn't? He's sweet, helpful, and makes them sculptures. Everyone could use a Todd. But then something incredible for Phil and everyone else happens. Phil comes face to face with a cow, a real live cow, the kind that wasn't supposed to ever to live again, the kind that could bring actual meatballs back into the foursome's life. The cow is a bit like the lost polar bear in that it never explained where it came from or how it's still alive. As someone who's still dying to know the plague's details, or whatever knocked out most of the population, this drives me a little crazy. How it survived isn't the point though. The fact is that Phil came across a cow and has a chance to be the hero now. Goodbye, Todd. But surprise, surprise, Phil's not the hero. Sure, everyone's thrilled to see a cow, but he's trying hard to make it about him, and not about the fact that they now have an essential resource back in their lives. Plus, Todd's winning again. Phil wants to kill it and make burgers. Todd wants to save it so they can drink milk. Phil wants to keep it at his place. Todd intends to keep it at his, where he has grass she can eat. As you can imagine, Todd wins. As Phil says multiple times throughout the episode, freaking Todd. Phil continues to embarrass himself in his never-ending, never-gonna-succeed, one-sided battle against Todd. He claims he's lactose intolerant, type 2, the worst kind, he said. So he'll seem saintly for letting them use a cow for milk, something he won't be able to enjoy. He says the odors of the milk are triggering his intolerance, something that absolutely doesn't happen. All in all, he became a drama king, a lactose-intolerant type 2 drama king. He later unties the cow and brings her to his bar as if that's not enough. Later, he acts shocked when the others tell him she's missing, but Melissa's on to him. It's a wonder she's the only one who is suspicious though. Wilford, great actor. Phil Miller, worst actor. She suspects Phil's keeping the cow at the bar with his boyfriend, which he is. But when she goes to the bar to find her, she's gone, and poor Gary's been literally crushed. Panic sets in, but everything's resolved when Phil realizes Todd found the cow. There Todd goes again. He feels bad for Phil, he said. Plus, everything's going right for him. He's with the girl of his dreams. He's got 2 new buds. He has a cow to drink milk from. He's living the life. Phil, however, is not. So he takes Todd up on the offer. He is finally the hero. Kind of, he is still Phil Miller. The poor cow really, she probably wishes she'd never seen those alive in Tucson billboards at this point. Is used as a game piece once again, though. Later that night, everyone wakes up to Carol screaming, and they find her in her second-floor bedroom cornered by the cow. Todd said earlier in the episode that cows can go upstairs, but not down them, meaning Carol has a permanent new roommate. But she's not about to live with a cow. No way, instead, she said. This is an ideal chance for her and Phil, husband and wife, to move in together. Phil, of course, never wanted to move in together, but Carol thinks it's important to, so she figured out a way to make it happen. Whether her hubby likes it or not, it looks like Phil's not the only devious one in Tucson. The episode ends with Phil and Carol sharing a bed, the cow stuck in a dark bedroom, and Melissa and Todd probably having sex till she drives me crazy. What a world.